Imagine being a journalist, captured by terrorists and facing a camera. They hand you a script, a propaganda piece, and tell you to read it. Your life is on the line. What would you do? For Turkish journalist Ceyda Balaban, the answer was simple. Defiance. She refused, staring death in the face. This single act of courage sets in motion one of the most intense and heart-wrenching stories of modern warfare you'll ever hear. Just as Ceyda's time is about to run out, the roar of helicopters shatters the silence. A Turkish Special Forces team, codenamed Stormbringer, descends from the sky. Led by the stoic and brilliant Lieutenant Colonel Vasilgak Musa, this elite 7-man squad executes a flawless, lightning-fast rescue. They extract Ceyda just moments before her scheduled execution. But getting her out is only the beginning. Now they face the even harder task of escorting her across miles of hostile, enemy-infested territory back to Turkey. As they navigate the treacherous landscape, a bond begins to form between the hardened soldiers and the civilian they've sworn to protect. Through a series of powerful flashbacks, we witness the brutal training that forged these men into an unbreakable unit. We see their shared history, their personal sacrifices, and the deep loyalty that binds them together. They're more than a team, they're brothers. This isn't just a military operation for them, it's a personal mission. They tease each other, share inside jokes, and reveal the humanity beneath their tactical gear. We learn about their families, their hopes, and their fears, making their journey with Ceyda all the more compelling. Every step through the desert is fraught with danger, from hidden IEDs to sudden ambushes, and with each close call, our appreciation for their skill and bravery deepens. Their journey takes a dark turn when they come across a village, not of enemies, but of innocent victims. The entire population has been massacred. The scene is one of utter devastation, a stark reminder of the evil they are fighting against. Amidst the carnage, they find a single survivor, a terrified young Yazidi girl named Nabat, hiding from the monsters who took her family. Without a second thought, the team takes her under their protection. This act of compassion fundamentally changes their mission. They are no longer just soldiers on an escort duty. They are guardians of the innocent. Just as they're processing this horror, they receive devastating intelligence. A massive force of over 1,000 militants is advancing on another nearby village, the very village that had just given them shelter and supplies. They are on a direct path of destruction. Lieutenant Colonel Vasil is now faced with an impossible choice. His orders are clear: get the journalist to the border at all costs. But his conscience, his very soul, screams at him to protect the innocent villagers who are about to be annihilated. Here, in the dust and dread of the Syrian desert, Vasil makes a decision that will seal their fate. He looks at his men, at Ceyda, and at the little girl Nabat. He cannot, will not, abandon these people to be slaughtered. He makes the ultimate moral choice. He orders 2 of his men to escort Ceyda and Nabat the final few miles to the Turkish border, ensuring their safety. For himself and the remaining 5 soldiers, the mission is changed. They will turn back. They will make a stand. He hands Ceyda a sealed letter, a personal message he had written for his family, and tells her to deliver it. With a final heavy look, he turns his back to safety and walks towards a battle he knows they cannot win. What follows is one of the most heroic and tragic last stands in cinematic history. 7 soldiers, alongside a handful of brave but outgunned villagers, prepare to face an army. They use the terrain to their advantage, setting up kill zones and booby traps, determined to sell their lives as dearly as possible. The battle is brutal and relentless. The enemy force crashes against their defenses like a tidal wave. One by one, the members of Stormbringer fall, each in an act of breathtaking self-sacrifice. One soldier uses his own body to shield a villager from a grenade blast. Another holds a narrow pass single-handedly, buying precious minutes for the others before being overwhelmed. The team's sniper, perched on a rooftop, takes out key targets until his position is finally overrun. Through it all, their communication is a testament to their brotherhood. Their voice is calm and professional even as they face certain death. Position compromised. It was an honor serving with you. These aren't just lines in a movie. They feel like the final words of real heroes. The 7 soldiers fight with a ferocity born of love and duty, inflicting massive casualties on the enemy, but knowing the outcome is inevitable. In the final moments of the battle, Lieutenant Colonel Vasil is mortally wounded. He's the last one standing, his body riddled with bullets, but his spirit is unbroken. With his dying breath, He looks to Okuz, the second in command, who had also been gravely injured, and officially passes his command, his legacy, the responsibility of their brotherhood to him. It's a poignant, devastating moment, the end of a magnificent leader and his legendary team. Meanwhile, miles away, Ceyda and Nabat make it safely across the border into Turkey. The sound of the battle echoes behind them, a final, terrible salute to the men who saved them. Later, in the safety of her home, Ceyda opens the letter Vasil entrusted to her. His words are not of anger or regret, but of profound love and honor. He writes about the meaning of sacrifice, the importance of courage, and the unwavering belief that goodness will ultimately prevail. He asks her not to mourn them, but to live, to use her voice, her platform as a journalist, to tell their story, to ensure that their sacrifice was not in vain. He asks her to carry on their spirit, to fight for the innocent, and to be a beacon of hope in a world that can often seem so dark. Ceyda reads the letter, tears streaming down her face. We understand the true weight of their sacrifice. It wasn't just about saving one journalist. It was about defending an idea. The idea that even in the face of overwhelming evil, a few good people can make a stand and light a fire that can never be extinguished. The story of Stormbringer is a powerful reminder that true heroism isn't about winning every battle. It's about fighting the right ones, no matter the cost. This film, called The Mountain II, or Dağ II in Turkish, is more than just an action movie. It's an emotional epic that will stay with you long after the credits roll. It explores the depths of courage, the bonds of brotherhood, and the agonizing choices made in the crucible of war. It's a story that needed to be told, and one that you absolutely need to see. Thank you for watching. If this story moved you, please like, subscribe, and share it with others. See you next time.